Hello, beautifuls. So, happy full moon. I know we're a little bit at the tail end of it, you could say. The full moon went exact pretty much 24 hours ago in Cancer. And if you're a part of the Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon and saw the post that I posted yesterday, I posted, I can't do a guided meditation right now for the full moon that's emotional because I'm too emotional, which was true. So I'm coming on today. Hi, Amanda. Nice to see you here. I'm coming on today to still do a guided meditation and to talk about some of the things that a full moon like this can bring up. And not just, this discussion isn't just centered around the full moon, although it's definitely inspired by the full moon and what it brought up in me, but it's like also going to be a discussion about how we can actually work through our emotions on the day-to-day as they come up all year. So Amanda's here saying hi. So welcome if you're on live and welcome if you're on replay. So I wanted to, as I usually do, just get into like sharing a little bit about what's been going on for me this last few days with the full moon. So I'm a Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the full moon in Cancer, the moon is in its home in Cancer, and that can actually magnify the intensity of the moon. And this one was a super moon as well. Also, you know, starting the year off on January 1st. So a lot of intensity for sure around this particular full moon. And some of you might be really familiar with this, and this might be new to some of you as well. So Cancer is all about emotions, the water. It's the mother sign of the zodiac. The flow that water brings of, you know, people can, if in an unhealthy way or in a shadow aspect, we could call it like intense mood swings. But really, Cancer is about just flowing fluidity. Really inspired by water and the ability to be changeable and move with life and feel things and let them go. And Cancer, actually, there's a lot of talk about Cancer being like really, really emotional, but I think our society is so used to dealing with the shadow emotions that we think as soon as we hear emotions are really emotional that it's going to be, you know, not so good, just like, yeah, not so good, not so cute. But Cancer is actually in her truth a master of emotions. And Cancer teaches us how we can work with emotions. So my experience with this full moon was, and I was really aware of it this time, that as the moon was waxing up, I started to feel, okay, stuff is coming up. I've just landed back home. I've arrived. I'm like 5 days in from traveling for almost 5 months. So obviously that brings up a lot of stuff anyway. But I really felt her, and I really felt that. And what I was aware of is that the moon is actually highlighting things that are blocking my natural emotional fluidity from just being free. So there's this aspect of ourselves and our emotional bodies that's actually very fluid, very free, very changeable, like the tides. And when we have this healthy flow and an unblocked flow of that, we can experience deep, juicy, healthy emotions and let them go and just experience life in all of its colors. But when we have stagnant energy that blocks that flow, which we all do, to be honest, in maybe different frequencies, what I was aware of, like that can block our emotions and make us feel kind of stuck and like we want to hide. And what I was aware of with this full moon is it was really bringing all that stuff up that I had kind of suppressed or pushed down that was blocking that natural emotional flow. So we tend to think of full moons, and especially a full moon in Cancer, as, oh, it's going to make me emotional. I don't normally have these emotions, but it's just making me emotional. And I'd love for you to feel it and try on if this feels true for you, that maybe what's happening is that the moon is actually bringing up anything that's blocking your natural, healthy, emotional flow and asking you to deal with whatever's coming up so you can be a more fluid being. So Amanda says, let go. Yes, feeling that ability to connect tonight here with that. Own what's yours and what isn't. It almost feels like a wall of you can't come in. Thank you, full moon in Cancer, the little wave. Beautiful. So thank you for sharing that, Amanda. So my experience was really funny, kind of. Okay, so December 31st, New Year's Eve, I have like 3 men that I like have either consider myself to be in love with or have been kind of in love with. All come out of like nowhere on December 31st. Like seeing them or hearing from them or something, right? And I was like, there's this one person in particular that I could write a book about my connection with him. Maybe I will one day, but probably won't, because like that would be a bit weird. But you never know. He'll be a part of something. I don't know. That's for another time. But anyway, this one connection. Oh, this person just activated so much in me on New Year's Eve, and it felt almost like I was just present with what was happening in my body, and it literally like reminded me of when I was at the pyramids and just this wave of activation coming through. And this person is someone I've known for many lifetimes, that we don't have a healthy relationship right now because we're teaching each other some things that I'm still very much figuring out. But it was like this wave of activation coming from his body. And I was like, oh my God. And then the next day, yesterday, right when the full moon hits exact, and it's, the first day of the year on full moon, I got so activated, but I felt like, okay, I brought all this other stuff up too, right? I was so sad. I was like aching. I had grief. And I went to bed just in prayer, asking, like, what do I need to know here? What do I need to see here? Like, I'm ready to do something different. This particular connection that really triggered me is like many, many years. It's been, in and out of my life in certain ways. And I am ready to get to the next level of understanding this in a way that's healthy for me and that I can really learn and grow as a person. So here's something that I can offer you. I'm going to go through this story with you over the last day. But what I had the opportunity to do was when I was feeling these emotions, thank you for the hearts, in regards to this person or even these people that were brought up, I had an opportunity to get into story and get into human story. So how often is it when, say, a member of the opposite sex, if you're single, or at least you remember being single, or even this might apply to your relationship, and maybe you're not into the opposite sex, so the same sex, but you know what I mean here, a person, a love interest, when they affect you so deeply that you feel amazing, but then you also feel really sad and grief around it. The human story, and honestly, like the ego wants to go put a story around that and go, well, since I feel sad and it's connected to this person, I must need to be with them, or I must want to be with them. And being with them is going to help me feel happy. And so that's the story that I'm operating under. And right now it's a sad part of the story because we're not together, but clearly since I'm sad, I want to be with them because that's what it means. And this is my story. And then we can just get into that story, as I did for many years, and just tell it that, well, that's the story. That's how society has trained us to look at our emotions in regards to other people. But last night I was like, fuck that shit. It's been so many years in the making. I'm waking up from that bullshit, story that I don't want to be in anymore because it disempowers me. I want to feel good as I am. Like, I'm a strong, beautiful, powerful woman. Let's act like it. Let's feel that. And so I went to bed and I just asked, and this is something that you can do no matter what you're experiencing in your life, if you're not already. I asked my guides and angels to give me guidance and downloads, whatever I need to know, see, hear, feel about this situation. Please bring that to me. And I really prayed because I was like, I really need it right now. And full moons are a great time to ask about your dreams or dream journal that next day anyway. So then I had these series of dreams, and there was, I guess I'll share, quickly, the most recurring one, I had 3 separate dreams about a tiger, like biting me or chasing me or trying to attack me. And one of them was really intense, and there was like this disembodied head of like like a witch that like the tiger had like taken, and it was like decaying, and it was really disturbing. So what does that mean? What did I get from that? So because of my my interest in totem animals, spirit animals, and dream symbology, I already had connected the tiger to female sexuality. And so this tiger, and you can even feel the orange, right? The sacral chakra energy in the black of the tiger was like the tiger was attacking me and causing me harm or pain or fear of my life in some way. And what I knew, like throughout waking up, in the dream time and going back to sleep last night, was that what is happening on a deeper level of my being is that I'm being connected right now to past lives where my embodied sexuality, and it's not just about having sex, sexuality, right? It's like that creative life force energy, Shakti, had been a source of me being killed, me being attacked, me being persecuted. And I know many of you can relate to this. And I knew that whatever my connection with this person was, we've known each other for many, many lifetimes, and I was feeling my multidimensional self and what she's going through, what I'm going through on different levels of the time-space continuum in different bodies, but still me. And I realized this morning, like, I really need to take self-responsibility for healing this from within. So it's no longer in the story of, I wish he would do something different. I wish this situation, like thinking about it like this, would be different, and realizing, no, this is all within. And this beautiful soul is really, teaching me through the Kali style, I guess, of teaching, of how much I actually need to deal with my own past life trauma and integrate her and integrate that part of myself that's sad, connecting with that part of myself that maybe has lost this person in different lifetimes, felt like I needed this person, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, long story short, I'm still very much going through it, but I realized, wow, this is such a powerful moment for integration, self-responsibility, and integration. So what I am way more aware of now is that okay, so emotion comes up in me, and I have that choice to get into story and make stories that are very, human-oriented, small-minded in nature, and that, resonate with what we've seen in the movies, right? Oh, girl likes boy, they don't work out, so she's sad, and let's do that whole drama thing, and let's get into that story, and let's live in that story, because that's what I've been taught to do. And I'm way more aware in this moment of, these people that make us feel these things are our activators and our initiators. And there's something always deeper happening that we can sit and listen and go, maybe I'm not going to go into the dramatic story. Maybe I'm going to use this as an initiation of empowerment. And again, I feel like a transition point with this person, because I'm kind of getting it. And I'm also aware that this person, I bring up past life things for him. And though he's unconscious right now, not like, knocked out, but, not awake, those unconscious, those memories are driving him, even though he doesn't remember consciously. His own reactions to me are based on the trauma that he's experienced in past lives, and the frequency of a priestess that I bring, and the fact that if you are associated with the priestess at many points in our history, you are also a target for persecution, and you are in danger as well, right? So you might want to think about that if you're embodying your priestess energy, not only might that trigger your own fears from past lives, but you might also trigger other people's energies and fear around that. And even if they're not awake, our past life fears drive us unconsciously, right? That's why we really want to face what's happening in our system, so we can, be masters of what's actually real and integrate. So Danny says, right, I'm aware of mine too, being killed. Yeah, girl, you speak my language. Love that you have the courage to speak about this. Thank you. And well, because I know so many of us share it as I speak to more women. I mean, this is really potent in the collective consciousness right now, and healing us. So thank you for sharing, Danny. So yeah, and I also had that, I'm kind of like doing my own counseling session because I haven't talked to anybody about this yet because you guys are my sisters, so I'm like, okay, let's get on and do a Facebook Live, but really, like, I'm just gonna have a counseling session on video. But thank you for being here. So yeah, so this morning I wake up going, wow, I get to integrate. I could literally feel my multidimensional selves coming in and going, wow, I can actually choose a new story for myself. All those parts of me that have lost this person through death or abandonment or whatever that is previously, I can actually help her and own my shit and go, I'm powerful, I'm whole, I don't need this person or anybody else because I'm a child of the divine. And also have the awareness that this person is not reacting actually to me on a personality level or in an energy, in this real way. He's also acting unconsciously based on his own fears, and I could have so much more compassion for that because I know what that feels like to have trauma from past lives and have that really present in your body. And not only that, he's probably not even absolutely anywhere near aware that this is what's happening for him. So I can really have compassion for him because it's like, oh shit. So yeah, anyway, so dream journaling, asking before your dreams, and then learning about your dreams can also be really helpful. So here I am now, and I feel a lot more cleared from the emotions I was experiencing yesterday. So getting in touch with the full moon in Cancer, right, when I was saying before, if you were with us, Cancer is actually a master of emotions and actually can, in her truth, has a very healthy, beautiful relationship with emotions. Our society has trained us to think that emotions are bad, and if we're emotional, it's probably not a good thing. So we're used to the shadow side of emotions. We're used to staying stuck in the stories. We're used to the stagnant energy that we associate with emotion, which is really our emotion wanting to move and be healthy. So now, here I am today, and because I've listened and I asked and I said there's a powerful thing happening here. I don't need to sit in sadness. I can actually move through this if that's my soul choice. And by listening, by asking in the dreams, and by I went for a surf today in the ocean, move my body, get in touch with nature, I'm feeling more powerful. I know that I have an initiation to walk through with this because a part of myself still wants to hold on to this person. But I know that the ask is here in front of me. I can see it, and I get to be powerful, and I get to walk through the initiations in my life, and I get to use emotions as tools for understanding what's happening on deeper levels. So there's that ask as well from Cancer. Respect the emotions, their teachers, their tools to navigate our inner realms. Honor them, and don't just either sit and wallow in them and not actually learn from them or push them aside. Jump in, listen to them. What do I need to see? What do I need to feel? Cry them out, go crazy, and do your spiritual practice so you can go, okay, what's real? Okay, so let's do a little bit of a meditation with this full moon energy, this lunar energy that's still potent. And I shared about my story, what's going on for me. There may be really different things going on for you, really different things that feel present for you. So let's get into a meditation that just asks the full moon in Cancer and the lunar energies, the energies of water, and all of the teachers and the guides and the ascended masters that come in that frequency to help us remember the true power of our emotions and navigate with that. I'm being called to also mention that water is a powerful transmitter, as you know, right? Water can transmit electricity. And on my path with the 13 Moon Mystery School, the water is associated with the sign of the priestess and remembrance. So remembering past lives, remembering our mystic selves, having coding, water can be encoded with frequency. So with this full moon in Cancer, which is a water sign, and the lunar energies are very watery, this might also be a time that remembrance might be popping up in your field. And the only way we're really going to truly benefit from that is if we take time to listen, if we take time to be still in meditation, or if we take time to ask about our dreams and then journal about them, taking 10 minutes in the morning just to reflect on them. Just really going out into nature, right? The call here right now is to really listen. Because again, we can have these waves of remembrance come up, but if we're busy in our minds all day, what good is that going to do? That might just feel like, ooh, I got stuff going on. It's weird. I'm just going to watch Netflix and hope it goes away, right? But really, it's like these waves of remembrance coming through that just want you to fucking chill out and listen. So, okay, so with that, we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to do that. We're going to listen right now. So if you haven't been listening, don't worry. We'll do it right now. So if you just want to close your eyes with me, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in a better way that works for you. You might want to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb space. And take a couple deep breaths with a sigh out with me. Just allowing the sound of the sigh to loosen any tension that might be inside of you right now. Let's shift here. Just allowing ourselves. So now I just want you to feel into the earth beneath you, and you might even want to wiggle your hips, your butt, your feet, and just feeling Mama Gaia below you, feeling the black soil. I want you to see the soil being very wet, almost like it's mud, right? It's wet soil, it's loose, it's muddy, it's fluid. And feeling the watery connection to Mama Gaia, the earth mixing with water. And as you do so, transport yourself through the watery mud and move your consciousness through the earth to the ocean, just allowing yourself to move into the conscious awareness of the ocean using mud as a conduit. And allow yourself to splash now into the ocean and feeling the full moon above you. You're going to look down and see that as you connected with the ocean, your body has transformed into a mermaid's body. So you can feel your glistening tail, noticing what color your tail is, and just allowing yourself to propel yourself through the ocean on this dark night with the full moon right in the sky. Moving through the ocean, you hear a song being sung in the ocean, and you move down through the water to find the source of this song. And as you find the source of this song, you see a cave up above you, or down below you, sorry. And this cave, or it could be up above you, I don't know where you're swimming in the water right now, but you're feeling this cave, and you're feeling the frequency of sound coming out of this cave. And as you swim, you see it's gently lit with a green light, and in the center of this cave is a pearl. And as you swim up to this pearl, allow yourself to bathe yourself in the sonic waves of sound that are around you. Literally, it feels like mermaid songs are just toning around you, whale songs, songs of the deep ocean. You're just feeling all of that, and allow the songs of the ocean and the songs of the whales and the songs of the mermaid to move any stagnant emotion in your body, moving your energy, and just trust that this is being done for you and with you now. Moving that through with your awareness on that pearl that's in front of you. And we gently ask the consciousness of the ocean and the whales, what is it that my emotions are moving through to tell me now? And there's a message coming through that it is healthy to let go of your emotions as they pass through you, rather than clinging onto them and trying to figure them out with your mind, or rather than pushing them to the side and suppressing them. Here is a call from the whales and from the creatures of the deep and the consciousness of water itself to just allow the emotions to move through you like water moves down a river, just flowing. And you'll notice that at one part of the river, that even though water is always flowing, it's always different water. It's always new water coming through. So letting go of our emotions doesn't mean that we're going to get rid of them. Letting go means we're allowing them to move as they want to move, like water moves down a river, constant movement. We don't force them to move, we just allow the natural plane of gravity, the natural flow, to move them for us. So you can think of that natural gravity plane that the river has as your own breath. So bringing yourself back to that awareness in the cave and just asking, where is my relationship with my emotions at right now? Do I need to allow them to flow even more? Am I suppressing them in any way? Am I holding on to them and getting lost in stories and becoming stagnant? Or do I have a healthy relationship with my emotions? Or is it a mix of all three? Allowing the answer to come from deep within you and from the ocean. Releasing the mind. The mind will not tell you about your emotions. Allowing the consciousness of the water all around you to just move through your being, your mermaid body. And if there's any energy and emotion, energy and motion that needs to move, allow the soft green light in this cave to gently move through your cells and your nervous system and your emotional body so that you can receive support in allowing that energy to flow in a healthy way. Just breathing in that gentle green light and bringing in golden light that is emanating from the pearl. So seeing that green and that golden light just gently entering your cells and your nervous system, your mermaid tail, your spine. And as you connect with the pearl, you notice how much it looks like the full moon. And as you stare at it, you realize that it's not a pearl after all. It literally is an emanation of the full moon, a manifestation of the full moon. And you can gently put your hands around the full moon that's now in front of you, but in this deep part of the sea, receiving her emanations and asking, beautiful full moon in Cancer, what can I learn now? What would you have me hear now? Just receive the light that's coming from this moon. Receiving it through your hands and through your arms and through your heart, your organs, your root, your mermaid tail. Full moon in Cancer, what would you have me hear now? Simply opening yourself up without struggle or force, gently opening your consciousness and trusting that whatever needs to come through is currently coming through. Full moon in Cancer, deep breath in. What would you have me hear now? And deep breath out. I am open to learning. I am open to the lunar energies. I am opening to the power of emotions and all that they can teach and guide me to. Whenever you're ready, you can connect in with the center of the earth, which you're close to now, being in the deep ocean. Grounding all of that energy, grounding all of that emotional energy into the center of Mama Gaia and seeing her blood red core. Connecting with her and just releasing anything that you need to release into the blood red core of Mama Gaia. Whenever you're ready, you can swim back through the ocean, thanking the cave and thanking the pearl that is the moon. Swimming through the ocean until you reach the mud and allowing the conduit of the mud to bring you back into your body in this room, your human body. Taking a couple of deep breaths as you bring yourself back and gently opening your eyes to the space you find yourself in when you're ready. So Danny says, did this meditation with my 3-year-old. She loved it. Yeah, a 3-year-old would love that meditation, I think. So many blessings to you, sisters, my watery mermaid sisters. I'm going to leave that with you and sending you so much love. And I'm feeling the connection as well with our menstrual blood, the water, menses, menstrual blood. So I'm just going to leave that connection fresh in your mind, your consciousness, your heart. Kelsey says, thank you. You're welcome, beloved. So thank you for being here with me. I know my videos tend to be kind of long because I love to talk. So, thank you for sticking around and meditating with me. You can feel free to share this video. You won't be able to do that right now that I'm live, but I'm going to share this video outside of the Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon. So if you're watching this somewhere other than Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon, which is our private Facebook group, we'd love for you to join. We have an amazing group of sisters here. We're almost 2,000 women strong. And there's just really beautiful energy in our group, and we'd love to have you. And if you want to share it, you can come to my personal Facebook page or my YouTube channel a little bit later on and share from there. So Jessica says, yes, I'm bleeding. Beautiful sister, I just finished. Kelsey says, I love your stories. Thank you, so grateful. Denise says, thank you for being here. And Jessica says, girl, you continue to talk. Thanks, because I really like to talk. Okay, much love, and we'll see you soon, loves. Bye.